Hey Cancers, and welcome to your July 2019 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky here to give you guys hopefully another amazing reading for your month ahead in a month that is looking very rewarding and potentially illuminating for you. I think you are understanding so much about yourself and your future and your habits and what you want from life. You are definitely seeing a lot of changes this month. You have the moon as your central theme, which I think is really beautiful, being that this is still your time of the year at the beginning of the month, and the moon is definitely correlating to the sign of Cancer as a card and archetype. So I do think there is a very divine harmony that is in your life right now. And I think that you're very focused on the things that matter. And I think you're very called to focus on the things that matter this month. You know, really seeing past the minutia, seeing past the small things. Cancer will find a lot of strength that they didn't see before through getting past the little things and finding what truly matters to them. It feels like your head or your mind space has been very occupied by things that weren't really important in the long run. And I think during this time, you can see a vast improvement in what your mind is being taken by. You have a lot of major arcana in your reading this month. You have the Hierophant, the Hanged Man, the Fool, the Moon. And I always say when there's three or more major arcana that it will be a month to remember. So something very memorable is going to be happening this month. And I think that it has to do with finally overcoming some kind of stagnation, finally overcoming some kind of unsureness, coming past a difficult relationship, coming past something that was really keeping you still, or someone that was really keeping you under their thumb. There's a sense of really overcoming that, seeing through any type of deceptive acts from others, seeing through any type of manipulation. That Seven of Swords reverse says to me that any type of people who are taking advantage of you will be very obvious during this time. And there's just a lot of light in your energy right now. So anything that is dark or anything that is curious or deceptive, it can't really exist that firmly because of the light that is around you right now. You have the Hierophant in your reading, the Fool in your reading. You come from a bit more darkness in the beginning of the month to the end of the month with a lot more spiritual awareness of how you want to start over, which I think is so beautiful for Cancer. Also, I will say any relationships or any connections with other people that were not meant to be or not right will be shown as that this month. That Seven of Swords reversed and Two of Cups reversed to me deals completely with almost a blank canvas, like really starting over with the people that you trust. So really getting anybody out of your life that does not truly suit you, or extinguishing any type of narcissism or codependence within yourself or within others around you, or presented from others around you, not associating with people who are very toxic. You're really going to come past that third week with kind of a sense of starting over, or a sense of new people, new experiences, new things, and having left something toxic and really binding behind. Okay. Um, I'm going to go ahead and get into the week-to-week Cancers, and we'll see more specifically what is coming up about this. The readings might be a little bit shorter this month just because the energies to me feel a bit shorter, and I don't want to go like endlessly over and over everything. But I feel that the messages that come through will be very potent. So in the first week of July, you have Six of Cups rooted down by Two of Swords. I like that energy for you because it says to me that through any type of experience of being guarded, being walled off, being disconnected from those you love, you are still given something. You're going to see very clearly acts of kindness during that time. I think that there are acts of kindness coming in for you, charitable acts, people who want to help you, people who want to see you be happier. And that time to me can feel like a gift from the universe, or a gift from something more divine, more above than you've had in a long time, which I really like for Cancer, because you've kind of been in a Two of Swords experience. You've kind of been afraid. You've kind of been maybe pushing people away just a little bit, having trust issues due to the past, due to the traumatic past that you experienced around the time of 2016 for most of you. So that is really getting questioned here. And I would definitely recommend that y'all check out some of my videos from the past few weeks where I talked about the retrogrades, and the collective messages, because this to me is very indicative of that. And it's your time of the year, so that makes sense. It's Cancerian energy that is pulling out those messages. But really being able to communicate, and being able to communicate with yourself, not succumbing to the same worry, not succumbing to the same you know, paranoia past that happened before. You have to really allow yourself to be given something, allow yourself to be trusted, or allow yourself to trust those around you, or you need to move elsewhere. No more existing in a trustless, unchanging environment. You have to really either choose to trust or choose to move on during that time. And I feel that there's no in between there. Week number 2, you have the Hanged Man reversed, rooted down by 4 of Pentacles. That is sort of the continuation of that. You're going to have a vantage point in the second week. You're going to be able to see things for what they were and for what they are. And then you're going to be holding on to what you see there. So a lot of really solid, firm opinions can be generated during the second week. Preconceived notions can be really strong there. I also sense that to be a bit of trigger happy assumption is what I'm hearing too. 4 of Pentacles can be really quick to assume, to be all knowing about a situation. It can really hold on to its own conceptions as something that is higher than that of others. And on one hand, you are very clear and you're probably right about what you're thinking of during that time, but you have to be careful not to just, again, exist stagnantly in that knowledge. That's what I keep seeing for Cancer, and what I keep understanding for Cancer is sort of there's a stagnant existence within a knowing of something not quite being right or not quite being where you want it to be, but there's also not really a lot of direct effort toward changing that. Again, this is Cancer time. It's more prone to being passive. It's more prone to being in the passenger seat. But I really think as you move towards Leo season, there has to be more of an active impulse for Cancer. And you do have a good instinct nonetheless there, because acting too impulsively during this time also is not for the best. So I think you're kind of on the opposite end of the spectrum. You're kind of waiting things out, kind of taking things day by day. And you have to kind of go just a little bit more towards the middle zone in that subject when it comes to, accepting something that isn't right, or accepting something just because it's there. Make sure that you are maybe a little bit picky with what you are allowing into your life. And make sure you're happy with what you're allowing into your life. No reason to exist in like an unhappy malaise, because I can kind of see that for you if you're not careful. Really being able to identify what isn't right for you and making the appropriate action when it's not is an important thing for Cancer. Week number 3, 7 of Swords reversed, rooted down by 2 of Cups reversed. For some of you, that could look like a breakup. For some of you, that could look like, seeing how something fell through, or seeing how something was never right in the first place. Seeing something very clearly. That's what I'm getting with that energy. Seeing the negative of something too, seeing what doesn't work well, really critiquing what doesn't work well, having a good eye for what needs to be fixed, all of those types of things. It's kind of a Virgo energy coming up for you there. And at the same time, there is an ease in seeing where, antagonism exists, seeing where people are, not acting well. So you're going to be just hyper aware of what has gone wrong or what could go wrong. And that comes with a purpose, because there's a spiritual evolution within that for yourself. The ability to fix something, the ability to see something that's out of line. That's coming strongly in the 3rd week of July. And you're moving into the 4th week, Hierophant rooted down by the Fool, really forced to make the appropriate change, or forced to either get good or get gone. That's what I'm hearing, get good or get gone. And that is a bit of a harsh message, but I think that it is so important for Cancer to not just get stuck. Again, this is an energy to me, all of this combination, that is indicative of, again, stagnation and really letting something just go on endlessly. There has to really be a distinctive grasp of the situation at hand. And for some of you, even for most of you, I think that there's something really great around you. I think that there is a really strong blessing around you. But can you look at that? Again, the Hierophant and the Fool together to me says, really look at your blessings, really look at the positive. It might be a good time to be a bit optimistic. Again, we have this Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto, Mercury retrograde coming in. And it's easy to see where things aren't working. It's really easy to see, the problem area. It's not so easy to see where things are super easy and super good, although that is possible. It's not impossible to do that. And I think that that's really your mission, is to see where things are good, to build that up, while at the same time knowing when things have gone too far, that they need some kind of resolution or they need some type of ending phase. And I think if Cancer can just kind of find the midpoint of that, you know, really having defined what is or isn't enough for them, you know, defining what type of people are or are not good for them, and then following through on that without sort of expecting those said people to, you know, just pull themselves away or pull themselves in to your life. That's where you're really going to thrive, when you can really basically be there for yourself and be there for, you know, the people that you love at a higher level by being more of a, what do I want to say? Someone who really executes their own needs well and communicates that. Again, that's what July is all about for everybody. There's a communication of what is needed, a communication of what needs to happen, of what needs to go on. And Cancer, in its own time, you know, Cancer season really has to be the catalyst of that. It really has to be the communication catalyst. That's what I'm going to call you guys in July. Leo will also share that burden slightly. But you guys will be held, I think, to a higher standard by the universe, by the cosmos, because it is your time and this energy is really channeling through you. So throat chakra, really being able to communicate the truth, the reality, in a caring and loving way, in such a way that distinctly communicates the comfortable truth, the things that are real, not the things that are fake or the things that freak people out or the things that are like shallow and don't really mean anything. Really truly being able to communicate what is real in a situation is where Cancer thrives this month. And you know, I love the Fool for you because it's your birth time and it's like a new beginning, a new start to maybe quite a few years of, you know, they're not ever quite being enough. And that feels to be over here. There's such a spiritual fullness that comes at the end of the month, along with the new beginning, that really gives you a great opportunity to, you know, start over in a way you haven't in a long time. But can you do that honestly? And can you do that in a way that cares for, you know, not only you, but those around you, those you care about, while at the same time not falsely building up the people that you know that aren't right? This is all the type of maneuvering that is imperative for Cancer this month. And I think you all know what you need to do. And I think that's going to be a good place to conclude for this month. I hope you'll check out your sun, moon, rising sign, as there will be other messages that will resonate in those videos too. I hope that you guys will check out the description box. My new ebook, Moon Symbols, will be available soon, which is perfect for Cancer because you guys are ruled by the moon and you are a moon sign. So if you want to learn more about your particular moon sign, about, you know, the house your moon is in, about the different moon phases, how that affects you during your birth and during, you know, present time, you can be sure to click the link below in the description box to pre-order that. It's been an incredible experience to write, for sure. All of my other resources are also down below on social media, my Patreon page if you would like to get these readings early and ad-free, as well as other content. It's all there. Your likes, comments, and subscribes make my day. I'm wishing you lots of love and light for this month. We will be talking soon. Bye.